Page 2, Toymaker's Dance. Keep in mind the word dance. Welcome back to that. Let's look this over. It's about a page and a half long. I have a certain process I go through when I learn a new piece of music, and that process is what I use in the videos. It's just the process I use. You can use any system you want. I don't care. But for the videos, we go through my process. I learn a piece through certain steps, and I kind of build it one thing at a time. So first, I'll look it over. Page and a half long, a treble and bass clef, 4/4 time signature, and I see a bunch of quarter notes and eighth notes and dotted rhythms. I think I can handle all that. Okay. I want to try first one hand at a time. Make sure I know what each hand is doing. Just checking. Here, right hand, you're starting here, and then 1 and 2 and 3, so forth. Okay. Second line, there's a note above the staff, both hands AVA. So the notes are written here, but I got to come up here. So at the end of the first line, I'm here. I'm going to lift up and move. There's no rest or anything. I just got to go here. Okay. And top of page 3, third measure. You're not AVA anymore. See, the AVA only lasted as long as that dotted line was lasted. So that's only for that one line. So here we're back down here, but you got rest, you got time to move down. 1 and 2 and I assume you understand dotted rhythms. If not, you need to go back to the method book of the lessons where they teach them and learn them, because you need to know dotted rhythms. They're not hard. Just 1 and 2 and. Okay. Second line, you have a C and an E, and then a D and an F, and then a C and a G. Try and connect these if you can. 1 and 2. On the third measure, when I play the F, the C comes up. So the F is by itself. 1 and 2. Okay. The last line. Again, there's an AVA above it. So the notes are written here, but with the AVA, you come up here. You got rest, you got time to move. You're up here. Left hand, well, C and a G are here. He's got these chords, third measure. 1, 2, 3, 4, 1, 2. Then the second line again, you got to go up an octave. You're just going from here to here. Just lift. You're going from here to here. You may have to practice that because there's no rest. Just do it. So the second line, you're up here, and then the third line, the AVA goes away. You back down here. Again, there's no rest. You lift up and move. Know where you are, know where you need to be in which finger is involved. Now we do practice hand movements when we need to, because you can't mess up the rhythm because you're moving the hands. Just lifting up and moving here. And 2. 1 and 2. 1 and 2. Okay. Now the last line at the bottom, there's an AVA under the staff. That means you go down an octave. So when you finish the third line, you're here, and in the fourth line, you come down here. So again, it's the same that we had up here. Well, we got the same thing here. And you play the last line all up here. So once I have an idea what each hand is doing, then I try and put the hands together. And when I first do this, I hesitate all over. I don't care. I just want to know which fingers and the hands are going down at the same time and how it works. So here. Here, and 1, 2, 3, like so. And now I got to move both hands up. Well, won't that be fun? You may have to practice that. Just going from these fingers to these fingers. You may have to practice. Just lift up and move. It's not a quick jerky motion or nothing. Just lift up and move. And then at the end of the second line, you're here. Then I lift up. And now I just have to focus on their left hand because it's the one that needs to play. I get it going. And then as I'm playing the left hand, I can get the right hand down. There's plenty of time for the right hand. 1 and 2. So then on the last line, well, I finished the third line here. And then the right hand's not playing in the last line yet, so I just focus on the left hand, get it down here, and then as I'm playing the left hand, somewhere in there, I'm going to get the right hand up here where it goes. Because the right hand went up and the left hand is down, and you're, okay. So I work out the hands together, and then I go back through it a few hundred times or whatever, and I slowly work out the hesitation so it is a steady beat. Nice and slow is fine, but a steady beat. And once I have that, then I think about the articulation, because so far I've been connecting everything. And the staccatos, I'm going to flex at the wrist, and they're short. I'm on the key and I'm bouncing off. Now, in the right hand on the eighth notes, you can lift up if you want before you go on, or if you'd rather, connect it. The music isn't marked that way because otherwise they put the slur all the way over to the G. So but it's interpretation. You do what your teacher tells you to do, but I'm liable to do either one. Sometimes I connect them and sometimes I don't. So don't follow me on that. They're just... accent, a little extra. And what I do when I have notes, note after note that's accented, like we have 2 half notes in a row accented, I'll separate them because it helps to bring out the accent. Just a little separation. Go on. So in that case, between measure 2 and 3, I'll probably lift up because of the accent. Well, if I'm going to lift up there, I'm probably going to lift up the first time too. That means I'm lifting up. So that made the decision for me. I'm not going to connect it. I'm going to lift up. See, I just made something real simple, real hard, but that's what I do. Oh, it's fun. Top of page 3. Accent, a little extra oomph. Accent. And then here, this right hand in the second measure, connect that if you can. Accent. Now, if you'd like to disconnect the notes between the second and third measure, because of the accent, I suppose that's up to you, or connect it. It gets into interpretation. So I go through and put in the staccatos and the slurs and the accents and things. And I may change them slightly later, but right now it's good enough. And then I think about the dynamics. F at the beginning. Forte is loud. That's the melody. That's the right hand. Whatever you think loud is, not super loud, just loud. These chords need to be in the background. That makes the accent a note a very loud note, because an accent just takes it up a notch from where you're at. Then the second line, we're soft here. Well, we went up an octave, and that's is here. The left hand's very soft. That makes the accented notes moderately soft, because again, you just go up a little bit. And the third line, or top of page 3, moderately loud. That makes the accented note a loud note. Because you don't get an accent on the second measure. And then the second line, keep the whole notes in the background. You see the hairpin to get louder? Supposedly you're around moderately loud there at the beginning. So you're just going to go up just a little bit and do it a measure at a time. Here, moderately loud, just a hair louder. Now loud. With the accented notes, one note is very loud. And that's going to be for the right hand. So the left hand, and then soft, because the right hand takes over. That's what we want to hear. And that's where the dynamics are going. It's a little tricky. So here, louder, right hand. I'll come back to the ritardando in a minute. Just go down. And the fermati, just hang on to that for a little bit. If I play it with a metronome, I'll just double the value and hold on it for 4 counts instead of 2. Otherwise, you just feel how long it needs to be, and then you go on. The all tempo means take off again, loud, like you were at the beginning. And then the last line is soft, up here. And the last 2 measures now are going to be loud, both hands. And that last note with an accent makes that note a very loud note. Well, both hands there. Speed, allegro, well, that's where the dance comes in. It's a happy dance. So imagine toys dancing around or something, I guess. I haven't had enough coffee for that, but it's something. But it has to be accurate. So don't go faster than accurate, and no hesitations anywhere. Now you get to the end of the second line on page 3, you get the molto ritardando, means slow down a lot. So as you're here, it's like they wound down or something. And then in the next line, you take off again. The all tempo at the beginning third, that means resume the speed you were going before you changed it. Well, we changed it at the molto ritardando. We slowed down a lot. So now I'm just going to go back to whatever speed I was going prior to that, you know. Now, don't copy me. You get into it, make it yours. You get into where you can feel the music. You pass the mechanics. You're not worrying about notes and rhythms, and you're getting into the music. Feel it like a dance. Imagine people dancing to it, and that's where the dynamics and the articulation, all that really come in. That's where you're feeling these things. You're not at the beginning. You're forcing them, but then eventually you get to where you're feeling them. It's like a page 3 in the second line. Here, you know, we plan it out very carefully in our dynamics of how loud we're getting or whatever, but eventually you just want to feel that. Yeah, I'd play that different every time I played it because I would feel it a little different. And that's the idea. You're getting into the music. That's where the magic really happens. Now, let's play it together very slowly to double check the notes and the rhythms. I'm not going to do any dynamics. I'll do the staccatos and accents, and that's it. The fermata, I'm going to hold 4 counts instead of 2 because I got to stay with the metronome. So I'll give us 4 counts, and let's just try it together. This is just to check to make sure you're playing the same note I'm playing when I play it, so that you have the correct notes and rhythms. 1, 2, ready, go. 3, 4.